Hello everybody! If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Short story 610, Bobby's Birthday, Intermediate. In the quiet town of Taunton, England, lived a kind man named Steve. That's me. He was in his 60s with silver hair and a warm smile. Steve's best friend was his dog, Bobby, a beautiful dark brown Vizslador. Bobby was a mix of Vizsla and Labrador with soft fur, floppy ears and eyes full of mischief. Today was special because Bobby was 10 years old. Steve woke up early, excited for the day ahead. "Happy birthday, Bobby," he said, patting her head. Bobby wagged her tail happily and licked his hand. They started the morning with a long walk in the nearby park. The sun was shining and birds were singing in the trees. Steve threw a bright red ball and Bobby chased it across the green grass. She ran fast, her ears flapping in the wind, and brought the ball back every time. "Good girl," Steve cheered, giving her a belly rub. After the walk, they went to the river for some fun. Steve brought Bobby's favourite toy, a rubber duck that squeaked. He tossed it into the shallow water, and Bobby splashed in eagerly. She swam like a champion, grabbing the duck and shaking water everywhere. Steve laughed as droplets flew onto his trousers. "You're getting me all wet, you big lump," he said. They played for an hour, enjoying the fresh air and the sound of the flowing river. Back home, Steve prepared a birthday picnic in the garden. He spread a blanket on the lawn and unpacked treats for both of them. For himself, he had cheese sandwiches and tea. No. Cheese sandwiches and coffee, that's what I have. But for Bobby, it was a feast. First, she got a special dog cake made from peanut butter and carrots, topped with yogurt icing. Steve sang "Happy Birthday" in his deep British voice, and Bobby barked along. She gobbled up a big slice, her tail wagging furiously. Next came the presents. Steve gave her a new chew toy shaped like a bone and a cosy blanket for her bed. Bobby sniffed them curiously, then pounced on the toy, chewing it with delight. As an extra treat, Steve shared some dog-friendly ice cream, vanilla flavour with bits of banana. Bobby licked it slowly, savouring every bit. "You deserve it all, my loyal friend," Steve said, stroking her fur. In the afternoon, they relaxed under the apple tree. Steve read a book aloud and Bobby rested her head on his lap. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in orange and pink, Steve looked at Bobby. "What a wonderful day we've had," he said. Bobby gave a contented sigh, her eyes closing sleepily. That evening, as they cuddled in the living room, Steve thought about how Bobby had been with him through thick and thin. She was more than a pet, she was family. With a final pat, he said, "Here's to many more birthdays, Bobby." And so the perfect birthday came to a peaceful end. Vocabulary notes. Mischief. Noun. Definition. Playful behaviour that is slightly naughty or causes minor trouble, often in a fun or harmless way. Example from the story. Bobby was a mix of Vizsla and Labrador with soft fur, floppy ears and eyes full of mischief. Explanation. In the story, Bobby's eyes are described as full of mischief, suggesting she has a playful, cheeky personality that might lead to fun antics, like stealing a sock or chasing her tail. Similar words. Playfulness, the quality of being fun and lively, e.g., the puppy's playfulness made everyone smile. Naughtiness, mildly bad or disobedient behaviour, e.g., her naughtiness led to a chewed shoe. Cheekiness, being slightly rude but in a charming or funny way, e.g., his cheekiness amused the teacher. Eagerly, adverb. Definition: doing something with enthusiasm, excitement, or keen interest. Example from the story: she swam eagerly, grabbing the duck and shaking water everywhere. Explanation: Bobby's eager swimming shows her excitement and energy when chasing the rubber duck in the river, highlighting her enthusiasm for play. Similar words: enthusiastically, showing great excitement or eagerness, e.g., the children clapped enthusiastically at the show. Keenly, doing something with strong interest or desire, e.g., she keenly awaited her birthday presents. Excitedly, acting with high energy due to excitement, e.g., she excitedly opened the gift box. Savoring, verb, present participle. Definition: enjoying something slowly and deliberately, especially food or an experience, to appreciate it fully. Example from the story: Bobby licked it slowly, savoring every bit. Explanation: when Bobby eats her dog-friendly ice cream, she savors it, meaning she takes her time to enjoy the taste, showing her appreciation for the treat. Similar words: relishing, enjoying something greatly, e.g., he was relishing the warm soup on a cold day. Enjoying, taking pleasure in something, e.g., she was enjoying her time at the park. Appreciating, valuing or enjoying something deeply, e.g., he was appreciating the beauty of the sunset. Contented, adjective. Definition: feeling satisfied, happy, or at peace with the current situation. Example from the story: Bobby gave a contented sigh, her eyes closing sleepily. Explanation: after a fun day, Bobby's contented sigh shows she is happy and relaxed, satisfied with her birthday celebrations. Similar words: satisfied, feeling that your needs or expectations are met, e.g., he was satisfied with his meal. Pleased, feeling happy about something, e.g., she was pleased with her new toy. Fulfilled, feeling complete or happy due to achieving something, e.g., he felt fulfilled after helping a friend. Cozy, adjective. Definition: comfortable, warm and snug, often creating a feeling of relaxation or security. Example from the story: Steve gave her a new chew toy shaped like a bone and a cozy blanket for her bed. Explanation: the cozy blanket given to Bobby suggested is soft and comfortable, perfect for keeping her warm and relaxed when she sleeps. Similar words: comfortable, providing physical ease or relaxation, e.g., the sofa was comfortable and inviting. Snug, warm and comfortable, often in a small space, e.g., they sat in a snug corner in the cafe. Warm, giving a feeling of pleasant heat or comfort, e.g., the warm scarf kept her cozy in winter. Story written by Steve UK and Grok 4 AI. Image created by Grok 4 AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. CC Music, drifting at 432 Hz, Unicorn Heads.
Hey, welcome to The Explainer. You know, sometimes the best way to learn new words isn't from a dusty old textbook. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to dive into a really sweet story about a dog's birthday to build up our vocabulary. Ready? Let's jump in. So, how can a simple story about a dog's birthday actually make your English stronger? Well, you'd be surprised. This little story is just packed with amazing words. We're going to break it down together and pull out 5 key words that you can start using, like today, to make your English sound even better. All right, so first up, let's meet the stars of our story, Steve and Bobby. Okay, here's how our story begins. In the quiet town of Taunton, England, lived a kind man named Steve. His best friend was his dog, Bobby, a beautiful dark brown Vizslador, with eyes full of mischief. Ah, what a great start, right? But that last part, eyes full of mischief, that's the bit I want you to really focus on. So, what does that even mean? What does it mean if someone's eyes are full of mischief? Before I spill the beans, just picture it. Think about a playful little puppy or a kid who's about to do something a little bit naughty but in a funny way. What's that look in their eye? That's mischief. You got it. Mischief is that playful behavior that's just a little bit naughty, you know? It's all in good fun, totally harmless. So when we hear Bobby has eyes full of mischief, we instantly know she's this fun, cheeky dog who probably loves getting into a little bit of trouble, like, running off with your slippers.
Okay, so we've established Bobby is a bit of a troublemaker, in the best way possible. Now let's see what they get up to on this big birthday morning.
So after a walk in the park, Steve and Bobby head down to the river for some fun with her absolute favorite thing in the world, a squeaky rubber duck. And this next part is where our second vocabulary word is hiding. Listen to this. He tossed it into the shallow water, and Bobby splashed in eagerly. She swam like a champion, grabbing the duck and shaking water everywhere. Did you catch that? The story doesn't just say she splashed in. It says she splashed in eagerly. That one little word changes everything, doesn't it? It tells us exactly how she's feeling. Because that's what eagerly means. It's when you do something with just a ton of enthusiasm and excitement. Bobby wasn't holding back at all. She was absolutely buzzing to get into that water. It just paints this perfect picture of pure, happy energy. Okay, so after all that splashing and swimming, you can bet they've worked up an appetite. Now it's time for the main event, the birthday feast. And wow, look at what Steve has planned for Bobby's birthday treats. We've got a special dog cake, a new chew toy, a cozy new blanket, and even dog-friendly ice cream. And hidden in that list is our next word. So, among all those awesome presents, there was a special blanket just for her bed. And the word used to describe it is just perfect. Cozy. We all know this feeling, right? It's that feeling of being super comfortable, warm, and just snug. It's like putting on your favorite hoodie or curling up under a blanket on a rainy day. It's that feeling of total relaxation and security. But wait, the birthday fun isn't over yet. Check this out. As an extra treat, Steve shared some dog-friendly ice cream. Bobby licked it slowly, savoring every bit. Again, pay attention to the how. She's not just eating it, she's savoring it. And that's our next word. To savor something means you enjoy it slowly, deliberately, to really appreciate it fully. You can savor a piece of amazing chocolate. You can savor a beautiful view. It's all about taking your time to get the most enjoyment out of something. And that is exactly what Bobby's doing with her ice cream. So, what a day, right? Full of fun, treats, and swimming. As the day comes to an end, the story moves into a really calm, happy evening. And here's how it wraps up. As the sun began to set, Steve looked at Bobby. "What a wonderful day we've had," he said. Bobby gave a contented sigh, her eyes closing sleepily. Oh, man, that's just a perfect picture, isn't it? And her reaction. It's not a bark, it's not a wagging tail, it's a contented sigh. That's our final word. And that sigh really does say everything. To be contented means you feel completely satisfied and happy, just at peace with everything. After her amazing day filled with all her favorite things, Bobby is just happy. It's not an excited happiness, it's a deep, calm, peaceful kind of happy. She's perfectly content. All right, we've made it through Bobby's whole birthday from morning till night. So let's do a super quick recap, a little vocabulary power-up to lock these 5 new words in our brains. So there they are. We started with Bobby's playful mischief. Then we saw her jump eagerly after her toy. She got that super cozy new blanket. We watched her savoring her ice cream. And at the end of it all, she was completely contented. See? 5 fantastic words, all from one simple story. And that's a wrap for this explainer, but I want to leave you with a little something to think about. Using that great new word, savor, what are some of the simple moments in your life that you really try to savor? Maybe it's that first sip of coffee in the morning, or just a few quiet minutes at the end of the day. Give it some thought. Thanks so much for joining me.